Today, we will be talking about trade in the Indian Ocean. The Indian Ocean was vital to trade between Africa and Eurasia. One nation that used the Indian Ocean for its trade is the Swahili city-states in Southeast Africa.
The Swahili states traded gold, ivory, timber, and other goods. The biggest city was Kilwa, and like many cities, later adopted Islam as the primary religion, which made it spread throughout the Indian Ocean, spreading to places like the Sultanate of Malacca. Even today, this area is vital to trade, and places like Goa and Zanzibar exist to this day.
The Sultanate of Malacca was a major trading empire that often traded spices, luxury goods, and textiles. The primary trade route, called the Strait of Malacca, was vital for trade in the region, as it provided a choke point and broader access to China. This access allowed innovations, such as the compass, to pass through and get to places such as the Swahili coast and the Middle East. The compass, as well as the astrolabe, made travel more efficient and much faster, because people knew where they were going, either by following the poles or by following the stars. The Chinese also built larger ship designs, which made ships faster and more efficient. Without the Strait of Malacca, we most likely would not have many of the contributions the Chinese made to shipbuilding, and cultural diffusion may have been much less impactful. Malay communities in Malacca contributed heavily to the development of ships and trade routes in the area, which proved that even a diaspora community can make a big impact. Larger dhows, more masts, more sails, and better steering, which was done with stern-post rudders, as well as new safety techniques, were all improvements both Malay and Chinese communities made within the Indian Ocean.
Arabs and Persians in East Africa influenced trade through the Muslim Swahili city-states, spreading Greek and Roman ideas alongside their own, which helped shape Muslim-majority countries like Indonesia and Malaysia. Gurjat also played a vital role in trade, facilitating the spread of Hinduism and Buddhism in Southeast Asia, while producing textiles and valuable goods like spices and precious metals. Although its trade permits has diminished, Gurjat's cultural impact remains significantly.
Ibn Battuta was a Moroccan Muslim explorer and scholar. He was immensely important because he accounted for much of the trade activity in the region. He described the vast trade networks and what goods were spread throughout the area. He also documented monsoons, which were used by merchants as a boost to ship speed, which made traveling much faster. However, monsoons also caused widespread damage in places such as India. Another important person was Zheng He, but for a different reason. Zheng He made immense and massive expeditions and expanded China's influence in the area, both politically and economically. He helped start the spread of certain items, such as silk and spices, which were traditionally spread through the Silk Road.
All of these societies made immense and profound contributions to Indian Ocean trade, and from the coast of the Swahili states to the ports of China, items were spread extensively. Societies such as Gurjat, Malacca, Swahili, China, and others all made their own contributions and their own innovations, and without them, we likely would not have much of the things we have today. People like Ibn Battuta and Zheng He spread their own ideas to our civilization and made important records of what was traded throughout the ocean, which we still use today.